I want to ask you about Nick Vucevic, one of your teammates,
Yeah.
who is oft overlooked. He is off to a blistering start this season. I looked it up today. He's in the top 10, I think, maybe even top 5 of player efficiency rating across the league. He's made an all-star team. His knock early on in his career was that he couldn't be the anchor of a defense, but with Cliff in Orlando, he's been the anchor of, I think, 2 or 3 top 10 defenses. He's one of the most underrated players in the league, I think.
Absolutely. I would definitely say he's one of the most underrated. And I think even for our team, like, you don't really realize how efficient and how well he's doing on the floor, because it's like you just expect it almost. Like it'll be times in the game like, you're just making the right play to Vooch, and the next thing you know, he's hitting the float, he's hitting the three, and then you come out to the bench, you look up at the scoreboard, and Vooch has 25 and 15 rebounds, and you're like when did that happen? Like it's just so like it's just who he is, and he has just a terrific like feel for the game. He can really pass the ball as a big, and he has great touch. So it's like it's one of those things that like you don't really see it because he isn't like one of those loud mouths like talking trash type of people, but he's a killer. And even on the defensive end, he's smart enough to make the right plays. He's big enough, to be in the right position. He might not be your best shot blocker, but he's able to make it tough where it ain't gonna be easy because he knows the game. So it's like one of those things. Like I'm very happy to have a guy with that amount of IQ and skill on the floor with me, to be able to play with him. So
I played with Vooch my last year in Orlando before I got traded. I didn't know a lot about him because he was coming off a rookie season in Philly where he didn't play a lot, and I certainly am not watching USC basketball. So I'm like, we get this kid, and at the time his accent was a little stronger, and so we start playing with him, and I'm like, yo, this guy's really good.
Yeah.
And then the games start, and he's getting double doubles, and I had no idea that he was going to be this good, and it's a credit to his work ethic too, because he didn't have an 18-footer when I first started playing with him, much less a 3-point shot, which he's shooting the shit out of the ball right now.
Yeah.
He's just a fantastic player. Cliff, by the way, is one of my favorite people and favorite coaches that I've played for in this league. How important – it's not just the X's and O's to me with him. He's just there's a humanity aspect that he just gets. He just gets human beings. He knows how to talk to them. He knows how to push buttons because he's a truth teller. He's definitely a truth teller. How important has he been for you in your development over the last couple seasons?
He's been huge. He's been one of the biggest pieces of it, if not the biggest. After of course, the medical staff and the GMs, but he's just always been honest with me. And like you said, he has a great way to speak to you to get the best out of you, but also he's going to keep it completely honest with you, and whether you like it or not. And I think that's the best thing for me, because that's something that I've always been brought up on, is just give me the real and let me know what I need to do in order to become a better person and a better basketball player. And he's just great, man. He knows what he's talking about basketball wise, but I think the biggest thing is just being able to be comfortable enough to be able to if I have to pick up the phone and call him about anything, I feel like if I had to call him about something going on in life, I feel very comfortable doing that. And it's something that he made, known first day. And I don't think it's not only for me. I feel like a lot of the players feel that way. He's really open, and he cares about, everything. You becoming a great person. And also he's going to make sure he gets the best out of you on the court too. So I think that was a big, part of it, going into Orlando, just having a coach like that who just embrace, togetherness and freedom and being able to have confrontations. That's his big thing. Like if you don't get any confrontation, then, you're not having a great year. You're not doing everything right, because it's going to be times where, you disagree, and that's where you have to talk about things. So he's been extremely great. I'm thankful to be able to have him in my life.